Okay, hey everyone. Darren O'Keefe, Sapphire Ambassador. I have my two hotshot senior rubies on with me, Donna Tan and Jody Rutledge. I've asked them to come do a call with me. They were at Leaders this weekend, and we're just really excited to share what we learned. But before we get into Leaders, I definitely just want to go over some of the stuff that, we're all going through right now. The first, no surprise, is the back office. This is something, I can't tell you not to be frustrated. I don't want to say this is an easy time. I don't want to say it's really awesome to sit on customer service for an hour and get hung up on. But I do want to say that this is not the norm. This is not what the company does. This is not what they're all about. And this is really, truly a bump in the road. It is a big bump. It's not a little bump. But for all of those who have been around long enough, we know that this is not the norm. And for you new people that are like, what is going on here? This will get better. I really always try to empathize with people as much as I can. And I think, like, as tough as this is for us, I can't even imagine what the home office is going through, because we might, be frustrated, but their frustration is by far more than anything we can understand. But we will get through this. Taro said on stage the other day for at Leaders Retreat, Taro Robinson is the CEO of the company, if you don't know. He did say, first of all, they owned it. They're like, we're sorry. They owned it. They didn't come out on stage and be like, yeah, it's so great, the back office, right? But it will be great. We promise you that. But he owned it. And he said, we hope that you are willing to stick around for maybe a tough month. And that month of toughness will prepare us. These new offices, this new back office, these new reports will have the tools we need for the next 5 to 10 years. So we ask that you stick it out with us. Serious problems, guys, contact your closest Jewel. We are willing to help you. I am home. I'm willing to call the Emerald line with you. I'm helping people every single day. Shipping issues, guys, I can't control that as much as I'd love to say, oh yeah, your package is on the way. Like, we're getting emails daily. Please check and read your emails. And they're filling us in as much as they possibly can. This is definitely a test in our toughness. And I think if we, for those of us that believe in this company and know that we'll come out on top, please tough it out with us. We are all going through the same thing. And I find it to be like a test in our mental toughness. And if we can get through this, we're good, because honestly, in 20 months of doing this, I haven't really had a bad day. And this is kind of like the first 3 weeks where I've been like, this is hard. So let's just get through this and we're going to be fine. Last note, please don't email customer service. They are backed up 11,000 emails. That's the number I got yesterday. And they're working around the clock to answer every one of those, but that's how far they've backed up. So if you're not getting a response from them, that's why. Please contact your closest Jewel with serious issues, not shipping issues. And I know shipping is serious, but serious issues. And we will try to help you as best we can, okay? The next thing is some housekeeping stuff. Super Saturday is coming, guys, January 9th. And it's a big deal. It's actually the biggest event the company sponsors. It's even bigger than convention number-wise. There are 20 locations around the U.S., and we hope that you will take the time to invest in yourself and make it to one of these locations. I did sit in on the training as I'm a presenter in Dallas, and what they have for us is the best training the company has ever given us. They have a team of writers, finally a team to train us. I mean, this is new. The company's still young, so they finally have a training team. And we as trainers are going to train you as to how to run your business and train your teams. So it's going to be amazing. Whatever city you live near, please invest your time to going. I think it's only 4 hours, and registration last year was like $17. So it's going to be worth your time. That's a big thing. All right, so before we turn it over to my girls here and talk about Leaders Retreat, I just want to touch on a little bit of something. We are, as a team, amazing with our personal volume. We have probably, this is, what I've heard, the best sales records and best PV, personal volume, signing customers, probably in the country. And I love that you guys are out there and getting people healthy and sharing our products. This business should always be product first. So getting people healthy. But one thing I really want you guys to think about, because I know a lot of you already do it, but with the same heart that you're trying to get people healthy, share the business side too. That is with the same servant heart. Like, so we're out there trying to save lives by getting people healthy. Let's try to help people with the financial aspect as much as we help them with the health aspect. And I think about a lot of different things when I think about this. I think about, what if Kathleen never shared this business with me because she didn't want to lose a customer, or she was afraid her personal volume was going to go down by 100 points. Guys, when you share this business with people, you are changing their life. Jody, did I kind of change your life by sharing this business with you?
A little bit.
I mean, just a little bit. So with the same heart, I don't want you to think about yourself, and I don't want to use the word selfish because I'm not saying you're being selfish, but here's what I hear all the time. I don't want to flip that customer because I don't want to lose the PV. That's not the heart that this business requires. We are all about servant leadership, serving our customers, serving our teams, and really helping other people. So whether it's someone who has an order of Triplex, X Factor, Mega X, you say to them, you know what, you have a huge order. I'm going to get you the best. Do you trust me to get you the best discount? I'm going to get you the best price you can possibly get. That's an ambassador right there. Someone who loves the product. Maybe they're only on Slim and Accelerator or Slim alone, but really can't afford it. And that was me. I had 2 kids in daycare. I could not afford these products, but I loved them. So I signed up immediately and started sharing. And I know that was Jody too. She, struggled like me. She was a single mom at the time, and I shared this business with her, and she's grown a huge team. It's changed her life, and in return, her team provides me with a huge income. That's amazing. So sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. So I hear a lot of times, I don't want to flip that person because I might get paid less, or I'm going to lose PV. You got to change your mindset, guys, because this is about other people. And won't you feel successful when you share this business and they contact you and say, oh my God, I just made $300. This changes my life. Or, oh my God, oh my goodness, like I just made $600. Thank you for sharing this with me. Isn't that so much more rewarding than keeping them as your personal customer and making $43? So that's the first one. Another one, maybe for yourself. So I shared this business with Jody. I made $43 a month off her as a preferred customer. Cool. If I had a whole bunch of those, that's a lot of money. But I shared this business with her. She grew her own team. And now from Jody's leg alone, I'm making close to $3,000. That's a lot of money, guys. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. But it's true. And even more from Liza's team. She has a huge team growing. So really look at it as helping others, and in return, guarantee you will grow. And I started saying this all the time too, and I really mean it. No one ever got to Maui. No one ever got to drive a Lexus. You don't hit any new ranks by signing customers. And if you just want to sign customers, that's fine. But I know some of you want to grow. I know some of you do. So I really want to just, that's kind of an eye-opening thing. Your PV will get you some nice preferred bonuses at the end of the month, but you won't hit those ranks and get to Maui and drive a Lexus and get that true financial freedom that I know so many of you want. So share this business with the same heart as you share the products. That's all I'm saying. How to qualify an ambassador. Like I said, someone, maybe a husband and wife. If you have 2 people in the same house on products, that's an ambassador. If you have someone with a large order, any triplex customer is an ambassador. Anyone triplex and anything in addition to that is an ambassador. So definitely look at your customer list and share the wholesale side, because maybe that person doesn't grow a team, but maybe you save them $20 a month, and that will keep them on longer. As your ambassadors are still your customers, but that will keep them around longer because maybe that additional $20 a month really helps their family. So think of it like that. I'm going to turn it over to Jody, and I want her to share. She is my #1 ambassador, signer, crazy person. And she has signed over 50 ambassadors. That's amazing. She's so passionate at sharing this business versus just signing customers. And I wanted her to share some stuff with you, okay, of how she does that. So go ahead, Jody.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Erin. Some, I guess, tips on what I do different or what I do for signing ambassadors is, as much as I talk about the products and how amazing the products are, every single person that I talk to about the products, I talk to about becoming an ambassador and how they could save money or how they can start earning money. Because just quickly, my personal story is Erin, when she introduced the products to me, my first thing was, Erin, I can't afford $100 a month. But I knew that I wanted to try the products and I was excited to try them. So literally, I think it was a week, maybe, Erin, later, I signed on to be an ambassador after becoming a customer because I had those 4 customers that wanted to try the products, and I didn't want to give the money to Erin. Sorry,
I don't blame you.
So I was excited to be able to get my products paid for. And then when I got my first paycheck, and my first paycheck was $800, and that completely changed my life. And it gets me emotional just even talking about that. So just think of how many people's lives you can change financially with this company. And so I'll give you an example. If I get a message and somebody says, Jody, I'm ready to try Plexus. Can you tell me about it? I personally would rather say, I message back and forth a little bit and say, oh, I would love to, what are you looking for? What are you hoping for? Are you looking for weight loss? Or do you have any health issues? I'll ask a couple of questions, but my next message is always, can I call you? And I think maybe that's what I do a little bit differently than others is I don't like to go back and forth with messages a bunch of times. I would much rather pick up the phone and call them, or if they're local, I'd much rather meet them and share my story in person. So I think that's definitely something I do a little bit differently. Is
why that's important.
Why it's important, because they just hear it in your voice. It's hard not to get emotional when you're telling your story of how this has changed my life. I could cry just talking about it right now.
I mean, you do just have a baby. You have some, pregnancy hormones going.
Yeah, it happens with the baby, without the baby.
I know.
But yeah, picking up the phone or meeting somebody for coffee, they can just, you can't hear the passion in your voice or in a text message or in a Facebook message. They can hear it in your voice. So it's just so much more powerful to talk to somebody in person or on the telephone so they can hear that. So an example of what I would do when I talk to somebody is I would just tell them a little bit about my story and how it's changed me. And obviously I ask what they're looking for, and I give them always the 3 options of how to purchase. And I tell them about retail and how we don't really recommend retail. And then I tell them about preferred and the benefits of being a preferred customer. But I always have a little bit more passion for becoming an ambassador, because obviously that's what's changing people's lives. Mm-hmm. It's getting people not only the products, they're a customer, just as Erin said, they're a customer that's good. The products are going to change their lives, but the earning potential can change their lives even more. Right. So I offer it to everybody. I don't think it's anything that particularly that I say. I just offer it to every single person.
And maybe you ask 10 people, but only one says yes, but there you go. You're helping that one person. And I think our team is very nervous about hearing the word no. You're going to hear the word no a lot, and go for it. Go for no. Try to get 20 no's, because I guarantee you, if you get 20 no's, you're going to get 2 yeses. And those are 2 new people that you can help save money. Now, I don't want to say don't have customers. We should have customers. I think 500 PV, it should be your goal every month. Make that 25%. There are people maybe on Slim Only that don't belong as ambassadors. They should be customers. So I'm not saying don't have PV, but being around, I was in quite a few meetings this weekend with some very successful, jewels that ranked really fast, and asking them what they do to rank really fast. They train their teams to share the business, like Jody said, right along with sharing the products alone as a customer. And that's how they rank so fast, is sharing the business with people, signing ambassadors, having people get their products wholesale. And the lives that have changed, yes, we have changed lives with these products, but even more lives with the business aspect. And If you don't understand our compensation plan, please go to YouTube and, Google Plexus compensation or search Plexus compensation plan and watch a video, because there is nothing like the way we get paid. So,
can I add something, Erin?
Yeah.
One of the quotes that I took away from Leaders Retreat, which I'll talk about a little bit, but one of the huge quotes that you just reminded me of is there was a speaker, Rita Davenport, up on one of our trainings, and something that she said, she had all the diamonds come up, and one of the things that she said is, do you know why these diamonds are up here and you're not? It's because they've got so many more no's than we got. So if we're not offering this business, if we're not hearing no's, that's why we're not diamonds. We should be going out there and looking for no's. Of course, we want yeses, but for as many no's that we get, we're going to eventually start getting yeses to this business, to these products. So those diamonds are diamonds because they've received way more many no's than we have. So my goal after this trip was to come home, and I've already asked so many more people that have said no to me before. I've asked them again, and I'm going to keep doing that every day until those yeses or those no's are going to eventually turn into yeses.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go over? Go ahead.
Real quick before you do, I was a no a lot of times, and if you don't know, Kathleen, my upline, she kept putting me into her customer group, and I kept taking myself out because I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And imagine if she didn't do that. Imagine if she didn't give me one more shot. I'm so thankful for her every single day for believing in me and throwing me back in there. She said she did it on accident. I don't buy that yet. But yeah, Jody, if you can go into some of the stuff you got out of Leaders Retreat, and then we're going to turn it over to Donna.
First, Leaders Retreat is just such an amazing experience. It was such an honor, and thank you to my team, because obviously none of us would have been there without our teams getting us there. But it's just, I want everybody to be there, and I want everybody to work their buns off. For everybody to say that this business takes 10 minutes a day, if you put 10 minutes into this business a day, you're going to get 10 minutes you're going to get $10 worth out of it. Mm-hmm. If you want to get a lot out of this business, then you do have to put stuff into this business. Erin, can you really quickly share what you told me the other day about this?
Yeah, it was such an eye-opening comment. So I was in the Super Saturday training, and the corporate trainer, Debbie Sullivan, who's phenomenal, she told me something, she shared with me a little story. She had, in a different business, she had someone who called her and said, I'm really bummed. I only earned $100 this month. And Debbie was like, oh, okay, so let's talk about it. What did you do? And they went down XYZ of what they did. And all right, so how many hours do you think you worked? And she goes, well, about 2. And Debbie goes, wow, so you made $50 an hour. I think that's amazing. So if you want to make $500 an hour, maybe work 10 hours this month. And it's true, like, you get out what you put into this. I know when we all first started, we were like passionate Plexus people. It was my alarm clock in the morning. I was like, all right, we got messages, who we saving today? Like, you just become kind of taken over by it. But all that work you do in the beginning of your business sets you up for the years to come. And it is worth the work, guys. So, sorry, go ahead. I just love that story, though.
No, I did too. I wanted you to share that. So Leaders Retreat, completely life-changing and amazing for your business. I'm just going to go over my notes are completely scattered because I'm sure you all saw that I had my newborn 2-week-old baby with me, which I was not the only one. There's a picture going around Facebook that has 20 babies in baby carriers. So I was just one of, I think I had the youngest at 2 weeks old. But this is an amazing company. So I just hope that everybody knows that what's going on right now and all the hardships we're having and all the troubles we're having are completely worth what this company does for us and what this is going to become, what this website is going to become. One thing they definitely made me realize was these back office changes are definitely for the long-term best interest of this company. It's going to take us into our future. And Erin, you said 5 to 10 years. I really feel like they stressed even longer than that.
Yeah, well, the company is going to be around forever, but 5 to 10 years with this reporting system. Yeah,
absolutely. So stick around, and I really feel like this is definitely a test to get the strong. The strong is going to survive with these changes. And of course, change is hard for everybody, but just be patient and get through this, and I promise it's going to be worth it. Some of the tips that I've gotten, and again, my notes are very scattered because I was in between nursing. I brought this baby everywhere with me, and it was just so unbelievable to have her there. So just if I'm a little bit scattered, it's because my notes are a little bit
Because
scattered.
you just had a baby like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah. So Jen Hawkins, one of the things that she said was, to be successful in this business, you have to have unshakable belief. And I believe that the three of us, I believe that so many of us have unshakable belief in this company, and it's gonna pay off. So never waver. We can be as frustrated as we want with what's going on with these, but just know that it's for the best interest of this company. So just have that unshakable belief. If you don't have that unshakable belief, start watching videos, start reading more testimonies, do what you have to do, talk to your upline to say, be honest, how do I get that unshakable belief? Because we've got it from all the stories that we've heard and all these trainings that we've been to, and hearing the testimonies in person and meeting these amazing jewels that have changed their lives. So if you don't have that unshakable belief, talk to your upline to figure out how to get that. Another thing that Rita said was, if this business was easy, it would be sleazy. I thought that was a really good quote too, because it shouldn't be easy. I mean, and honestly, this whole year has been easy up until this point. So to have a little bump in the road, oh my gosh, my old job, who doesn't have bumps in the road? So to have a year of smooth sailing, like in the easiest dream job of the world, to have a hard month, big deal, guys.
We're going to look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrible, but I forgot about it already. I promise you that's going to happen.
Rita gave us some pretty tough love, and I absolutely loved it. And one of the things that she said is, there's a lot of people that aren't getting, if you're not getting out as much out of your business as you want, are you putting enough into it? I can tell you that my first 6 months in this business, I was obsessed with Plexus. I was obsessed with learning the products. I was obsessed with testimonies. I was obsessed with just learning as much as I possibly could. So that now, yes, I'm still putting a lot into it. And I'm still putting even more into my team that I'm growing, but it's so worth it to put a lot in the beginning of your business and learn the products. And the more you learn, the more you can, pass on. So definitely just know that if you're not getting as much out of your business, are you putting enough into it? Devote 15 minutes per day of personal development. And she's got some books that we'll post. The books, do you remember? The Power of Positive Thinking. She said that was a really good book. And Think and Grow Rich was another really good book that she said that she recommends. Another great quote that she said was one of my favorites. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So there's so many times where we'll have like an amazing month, but then the next month is a little bit slow. So use that month to, learn more about the products and engage with your team. And so that was just a really strong quote.
Yeah. You could go two ways with that. You could be like, yeah, this is hard, I'm going to quit. It's too hard for me. Or you can say, all right, that was a bad month. I've had them too. If you think I haven't had my share of failures, you're wrong. You just don't hear about them. You pick up, you self-reflect, you say, what did I do wrong? You don't point fingers, you don't blame your customers, you don't blame the products, you don't blame your teammates. You say, what did I do wrong as their leader? And what can I do better? And then you figure it out and you move on. That's just...
Yeah. Another huge quote that she said was, you learn more from your failures than you do from your success. So learn from your failures. If you had a bad month, Erin, there was a month that you and I didn't set goals. Remember that one month?
Yeah, it was April. It was a month after I hit Sapphire. I'm like, I'm done.
We didn't set goals, and we didn't gain one customer or one ambassador that month. So guess what we did from now on? We made sure that we set goals.
Yeah.
Another thing that I loved is when someone asks you what Plexus rank that you are, your answer should always be what? I'm qualifying for Diamond. So I'm not a Senior Ruby ambassador anymore. I'm qualifying for Diamond. So you are what you think about all day. And I honestly know that if you ask me where I'm going to go with this company, I 100% 100% believe in myself that I'm going to be a diamond.
That's right.
And I feel like that is going to help me become diamond. I have no second guesses at all that I'm going to the top of this company. And I believe that all of us can do it. So if I believe in you, Erin believes in you, Donna believes in her team, then you should believe in yourself too, and know that
And you get there by signing customers?
you don't. So that's really the notes that I took, but it was just such an amazing experience. And again, to have the baby and to be able to have a company that supports you, to have your family and your family first, it was just an amazing experience.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you, Jody.
You're welcome.
Now the fabulous Donna Tan.
All right, guys, let me just tell you, you know, we sat and we talked about what we were going to talk about and what we thought was important to bring back to you guys from Leaders Retreat. And, you know, we can talk for hours, all three of us, about the fun we had, the people we met, all the things that we learned. But I think what's important is to sit and maybe chat a little bit about how you feel inside about your business and how you're portraying that to your team. You know, I spend a lot of time making sure that the things that come out of my mouth, the things that I post, the things that I share on phone calls and in Zoom calls with my team are of such a positive nature that they're going to get off the phone or offline and say, you know what, that's somebody I want to emulate. You know, we all can hook on to somebody that we feel is really all about the business. But until you really feel that inside, like Jody was saying, you have to believe that this is where you want to be, this is what you want to do, and you have to understand that if you can believe all that, you're going to take it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody that I have met that's been at the quote-unquote top are regular people, real live, touchable,
Right.
silly, you know, people you'd meet in the store and be like, you know what, they're cool, I'd like to be friends with them. They are as easy as the girl sitting next to you in the third grade. You know, these are just tangible people who had a vision. They had a goal. And the only thing that's going to get in your way of doing that is yourself. You know, one of the other cool things that Rita Davenport said was, you're where you are today because of your choices. And if your choice is to become a diamond, then you're going to get there. If your choice is to just make $200 or $300 a month, you're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've all heard us say, what's your why? What are you going to do? Where do you want to be? But, you know, those are all verbiage things. I can sit here and say, you know, I want to be here, I want to be there. But until I truly act on it and do it, it's never going to happen. And if I start looking back on why it hasn't happened already, because I know at the end of this whole scene, I am going to get the award for being at Senior Ruby, the longest ever.
No.
I'm sure. But if I focused on that and I looked back and I would turn around, I would completely stumble and it would slow me down even more. And I'm not going to tell you that I haven't looked back. I'm not going to tell you that I haven't been down about the fact that I haven't gotten to Emerald by now. Of course, I'm human. I mean, I want that. You all want it, you know, but I can't focus on that because that's, you know, what's going to happen. Two things are going to happen. Like I said, I'm going to stumble back and I'm going to add time onto getting up there. And my team is going to see that. They're going to absolutely see that I'm wavering. And Erin uses that word so often, and it's a word that is constantly in my brain because I constantly say, if you waver, you fall. Mm-hmm. And you have to have the desire to succeed because if you don't, then you don't want it enough. And I can't give it to you, Erin can't give it to you, and Jody can't give it to you. None of us can give it to you. It's only, you know, it comes from within. A couple of other things, too, is you can't blame, like Erin was saying, anything or anyone. There were your choices. You know, if things didn't go well, oh well. You know, the no, Rita Davenport said, turn it around. What's turned around no is on. Move on. Move on. Keep it up. You hear that no, you flip it in your head and you say, all right, it's time for me to move on. But I'll be back because another great thing that she said also was people say no because they just don't know what you have yet. They don't understand what you have. They're not 100% sure they want it. And let's be honest, they're scared. We were all scared. Mm-hmm. We were scared to sign on to something that we could have failed at. Nobody wants to fail, whether you signed on because it was your best friend or your sister or whatever. You don't want to look like a failure in front of them. So that's another reason why people hesitate to sign on, because they're not sure if they're ever going to succeed. They're only going to succeed, again, is if that's something they really want. The other greatest thing, and this goes back to what Aaron was saying about, not totally being for everybody else in this business and not running your business selfishly. And the best thing is that she said, I don't know how you guys sleep at night knowing millions of people in this country need you and your products. And if that's what you do, you get up in the morning and you say, you know what? I'm all that. I've got these products in my back pocket and I've got this company in my back pocket. And shame on me if I don't share that. Mm-hmm. Shame on us. Because again, and I say this, and my team will giggle when they hear this Zoom. I say it all the time. You damn well know if I had a cupcake company, y'all be in line getting my cupcakes. I don't care what your deal was. I would be dishing out my cupcakes because I would be proud of my cupcakes. Be proud of this company. Be proud of the decision you made 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago when you put join. Be proud of yourself for where you've come, whether you're silver or whether you're sapphire. Right. Be proud of it, because absolutely those things are your takeaways. Yeah. And each time I go to a function held by this company, I come out feeling as if they were talking directly to me, and that the other 1,900 people in that room were not even there. I felt it at Leaders last year when I was just 2.5 months into this company. Mm-hmm. I felt it at convention in June. I felt it at Super Saturday in January, and I felt it again. And I hope to continue to feel that way regardless of my rank, because each time I come back, I say, now I know. I'm regrouping and I'm moving on. So like Jody said, yep, we've all had setbacks. Is the back office a setback? Of course it is. You know what I mean? But now's the time to put on our big girl pants or big boy pants, and we got to move on, because you know who's looking? Whether you have 2 people under you, 400 people under you, or 2,000 people under you, we're all looking. Mm-hmm. We're all looking at you, and we all are waiting for you to give us the go ahead and say, you know what? It's okay. We're all going to be better for it in the end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and complain up. Aaron will know. I complain all the time up. Just don't complain down. Don't use your team as a complaint post. Keep your stuff to yourself until you can't keep it any longer, and then you ring somebody up and say, hey, listen, this is the deal. I can't take it no more. I can't. What do you and that's what I'd like people. Mm-hmm. I know Jody's team does it to her. My team does it to me, and I know we all do it to Aaron.
Right. And our complaints aren't, they're not whining. They're not, I don't want to do this. It's more like, the shipping is really behind, it's not. When Donna talks about unwavering belief, that is huge, guys. That is the biggest thing. And I know Jody talked about it too. I actually posted a little something. Oh, by the way, Donna, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing that, because it's awesome. It was awesome. I posted I have a little business building group. There's 15 ambassadors in there, and it's just amazing group of 15 people that something might be holding them back, right? So we're just kind of like trying to build each other up. And I did it because I was in their spot at one point. But anyway, so I posted that picture of Janet telling Candy, I know you've all seen it, Candy telling Amy and Kathleen and me, and I said, what do all of these people have in common? And their responses were, passion, they're fierce, they're dedicated, blah, blah, blah. And they're right, but my point was all 5 of us have unwavering belief in this company, and that allows us to be bold, passionate, confident, authentic. When you have that belief, there's no stopping you. So whether you're new and you want that belief, like Don and Jody said, watch testimonies, talk to your upline, become connected with your teammates and your upline, and you will get that belief. Go to meetings if you have any. Did you want to say something, Donna?
Yeah, I just going to say on that same note, and if you know what I do is I reach out to 1 or 2 members a day, and I tell them, I believe in you. Mm-hmm. Because you know what? To hear that, I don't care if you're top of the line or you're the new kid on the block. To have somebody say to you, hey, you know what, I believe in you, or you reference something that they did. You know, we're going to spend more time as a team promoting the fact that, you know, so-and-so has 3 ambassadors this month. You're not going to see me promote so-and-so has $1,500 in PV anymore, because again, that's all well and good, but that's not really what we stand for. So to reach out at least a couple of times a week and just pinpoint people or pinpoint a specific team and say, take a look at this. Here's the deal. Because you don't know, that may be the day they're getting ready to quit. And then you did what you were supposed to do as a team leader and picked up the phone or shot them an email or whatever and said, you know what, I believe in you. And it absolutely will put a smile on someone's face when you say that to them.
Yeah, totally. And the last thing I want to leave you guys on, and this is, I mean, we are one Plexus, and if you're new and don't know what that means, it is the company works together as a company. It is not, you know, let me think of Melissa Eichenhorst's team, and she's in Texas, or Celeste is in Texas, or so-and-so is in Colorado, Jen Hawkins. It is, we all work together. So when we have meetings, we open them up to other people's teams. But I kind of feel a little bit selfish about New York. So I'm like, wait, that's our state. So we are, and I don't mean that in a way that, like, if I had a meeting, they're invited, trust me. But I mean that in a way was, I was on this focus group this weekend, and a couple of the diamonds said, oh my goodness, I was just in New York. I have a really big team girl in there. And I'm like, you do? So my point is, of course, I'm going to love them like I love my own team. But my point is, there are people out there who have never heard about Plexus. And if you are afraid to share, someone else will share. And if you don't want, I'll share with them. I'll share with anyone who wants to listen to me. So be the person who shares Plexus, the products and the business side. And the products come with the business side. So when you sign up as the ambassador, you're taking products. Anyways, so do you want to be that person who was afraid to share, and that person signed up with someone else and went Emerald, when you could have had that amazing person on your team? Do you want that person to be on someone else's team? Because I guarantee you someone else will share with them. And that to me was really eye-opening. And I'm like, there's other teams in New York besides ours? Really? So I want you guys to be the, and of course I want to take over Texas, but I won't tell Celeste that. I think I just did. So that's the last thing I want. We are, like we said, so proud of you. We just wanted to kind of give you maybe a little change in mindset. And Jody and I were talking, and we said, if something that you're doing isn't working, to sit back and continue to do the same thing is not going to work. You have to change. Change is growth. If you don't change, you do not grow. So for a year and a half, we sat back doing one thing, and it worked for a little while, but we stopped, you know, we're slowing down a little bit. So we're like, all right, we can continue to do this, or we can change a little bit and grow that, you know, and grow again. So change is growth, and don't be afraid to try something new. And if that doesn't work, you self-reflect, you readjust, and you go back to the drawing board. So I want you to have the mindset of, you know, get tough, really get tough, you know, with yourself. You know, if something bad happens, shake it off. Sharing this business with the same heart you share those products, and, you know, just go for it. Get those no's and be fearless. So that's where I kind of wanted to, you know, have these amazing leaders on with me to not only, you don't just hear it from me, you hear it from them too. So thank you, ladies. Jody, what's that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jody, I can't imagine how exhausted you must be, but you rocked it.
I actually want to leave on one comment too about also being a product of the product. I think that obviously I just had a baby, but being able to lose weight again, I'm getting so much more interest again from my weight loss. So if you feel like you at all ever reach a plateau with your products, again, talk to your upline, talk to somebody, and get on a different program, because when you are a product of the product and you're sharing on Facebook of what it's doing for you, I'm telling you, it's another game changer for your business.
People are always watching. People
definitely,
are always watching.
definitely be a product of your product.
We watch you now.
That's right. All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
See you later. Good luck.